With tensions running high in and around Israel, Government of India has decided that it will be launching Operation Ajay to ensure that more people who are of Indian origin, who are Indian citizen and they wish to go back to India will get more facilitation, they will have more opportunity. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar had tweeted that the government is launching Operation Ajay to facilitate the return from Israel of our citizens who wish to return. Special charter flights and other arrangements are being put in place, fully committed to the safety and well-being of our nationals abroad. We have seen many such operations having been conducted in past, also including Operation Ganga, then Operation we have seen people being taken from other places around the world also who were stuck during the hours of crisis in Sudan. Also Operation Kaveri was launched in Israel, in Tel Aviv, where the Indian embassy is. Today there was some crucial meeting among the embassy staff and also from Indian community members, senior members, and the meeting decided that Indian members or the senior unity members will ensure that all the Indians who have been spread in the entire Israel in various parts of the country, their names and their locations will be listed by these the community members, and they will be given to the Israeli Indian mission in Israel, so that in case of any urgency or any situation that will demand or that will call for evacuation, arrangements could be made and people could be traced and tracked, and a speedy facilitation can be provided to all the Indians living in there. About 18,000 to 20,000 Indians live in Israel. Most of the professionals who are here are in the caregiving sector. Then there are certain number of students also, a very few professionals in IT and other sectors, and a small number of people also involved in agriculture, farming workers. Construction work is something that the permission has been recently given. Probably in the coming months we will see some construction workers also coming to Israel, for the economic contribution that they will be giving to the Israeli economy. But the large number of caregivers have also created kind of sympathy and respect for people of India, and the tradition has been going on for decades that Indian caregivers have been a very essential part of Israeli community, Israeli family life, and this is how the people in Israel have known Indians. It is being said that about 85,000 people who left India during the time of formation of Israel have been living in Israel, and there is an obvious and very natural bonding of Israeli with the Indian people, and that is something that has become very fabric of India-Israel bilateral relationship also. We had conversation with several Indians in Tel Aviv, and none of them seemed very afraid of the situation that is ongoing in Israel. They have said that they had been seeing this situation, though this is kind of unprecedented, that had never happened. The security challenges are massive, but they believe that Israeli forces will be able to win over. Israeli forces will be able to take on the terrorist organizations who had launched a massive brutal operation against Israeli people in the southern Israel. So the situation, though it is grim, but the several governments have started their plan of evacuation also in case of any major offensive or counter-offensive that the Israeli government will be launching. There could be flight operation that could be halted, the airports can be shut, and in that condition chartered flights or military planes will be the only option with which governments can take their citizens back to home. Indian government is also preparing for any such arrangements. For now there is no evacuation plan. It is just return flights, chartered flights that are being planned that will fly from Israel to India, because in the last few days we have seen several flights coming from India to Tel Aviv or other parts. They had been cancelled because most of these flights have one stop by sometimes in Dubai, sometimes in Istanbul or Addis Ababa, but many of these flights have started cancelling or not taking passengers in. Many Israeli have also been stranded in India. Many have been drafted in the ongoing counter-offensive, and they wish to return also. So we'll have to also see how the incoming flights that will be coming from India to take Indians back home will be also taking Israeli citizens who wish to come back to Israel. During our flights to from Delhi to Israel, we had a few dozen of Israeli people who were holidaying in Israel. Some of them wanted to come back early because they had some issues, they had problems because of the ongoing high tension, and unfortunately some of the members of the incoming passenger list had also lost some family members, some friends, and the situation was very grim and very somber. But this is something that is happening in Israel, and people are dealing with it right now. But will it become a major strategic issue? Will it become a major security challenge for other nations also? And if it does, then in case of that eventuality, to ensure that the citizens of other countries are safe, like India is also launching this flight operation that is for Indians who wish to return to India. This is a charter flight operation. This is not an evacuation plan that the government has put in right now, and we'll have to see how the situation unfolds and how the humanitarian situation unfolds, and how the steps by the government will be taken to ensure the safety and security of Indians are well taken care of in Israel.